Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to review She-Hulk Season 1 Episode 6, Just Jen. Now, I gotta say, I wasn't really sure that I wanted to review this episode. I wasn't sure if I was going to do any more episodes, honestly, after my review of Episode 5. And indeed, it was actually a little difficult to sit down and watch this episode. I definitely wasn't looking forward to it. In fact, I sat down to watch it once. And I clicked on it, and then like almost as fast as I clicked on it, I said, I just can't do this. And I escaped out of it. I was like, okay, no, not right now, not yet. And then I sat down a second time and I started to watch the episode, and I got to this one moment that we need to talk about. So let's look at that moment here.
Yes, it's a self-contained wedding episode, and if you think this is happening at an inconvenient time in the season, you're right, because that's how weddings always are.
So at this point in time, I decided to nope the fuck out for the second time, because I was just like, this show isn't even going to answer any of the questions that I have about, you know, these ongoing things that I want to know about. Then I don't really actually care. And so is this really a standalone episode, though? That's the question. And I have to say, kind of not, actually. So, first of all, look, spoilers ahead, because I just don't give a fuck anymore. So, but you may recall seeing the Wrecking Crew in Season 1, Episode 3. So if you're not familiar with that, it'd be this scene here. So let's just watch this real quick.
I got her! Come on, I got her!
Oh, wait.
Yeah, haha, very funny. She forgot she was a superhero. You see, that's funny.
All right, let's do this.
So obviously that was the key moment there where they're trying to extract her DNA. This scene here is actually referenced in this episode. And as much as I don't like how they actually did this and their reference to the Wrecking Crew and everything, I kind of just don't care at this point in time. But then to say, oh, hey, this is a standalone episode that has nothing to do with it. And there is a key plot point, though, around this Wrecking Crew and the people trying to get her DNA. It alludes to that they're going to try again. So there's a short clip in episode 6. So let's just go ahead and take a look at that. We can see someone typing furiously, asking, hey, are we ready to go for the next phase? You can see they had the old needle there. Now they have a new, bigger needle. Okay, so it's not huge and it's not long, but clearly there's obviously a reference to a previous episode and an ongoing storyline. The other thing in this episode is there is a reference to Titania. So let's just take a look at that.
Oh my, let it rest.
You know I dated both those actors.
What the hell?
Hey, Jen. So good to see you. I love that you never make any effort at all.
What are you doing here?
So clearly this is related to the ongoing storyline with Titania, and this is a significant portion of this episode relates to this storyline right here. So how they can sit there and say, hey, look, this is a standalone episode. It's not related to anything else, but it actually is. I don't understand that. So why even bother to say that then if it's clearly not the case? So now I want to go through some portions of the episode that are really just outstandingly bad. And most of them have to do with the visual effects. So let's get into that. So first we have the opening scene where Jen shows up at the wedding.
Telling me, let it be. I'm so fine, it's a felony.
Wow, Jen! Everything about you is just working.
Thank you, Heather.
Girl, your ass looks crazy right now. Incredible.
Everybody has an ass. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Lulu. Oh my God.
Can I talk to you for a second?
I can't believe you're doing this to me.
What? Taking all the attention away from me with your this.
No one's gonna be looking at me. All eyes are gonna be on you. It's your big day.
I know it's my big day. I don't want you to be all hulky at my wedding. Promise me, Jen. Promise.
I promise. I will just show up as regular Jen at your wedding.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah, so I just I'm not a fan of the CGI there during the hug. It's just there's something just does not look right about it.
Thank you.
No.
Doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great. Yeah, it just I don't know. Not a fan. But moving on, let's go see the next thing that is just terrible CGI. And that's just a minute later. So this is a meeting, the divorce case. This is Mr. Immortal or something like that. You're going to see right away. Just look at Mr. Immortal. It just focus on him and the things behind him. I think you'll see what I'm saying pretty quickly. That the CGI here is pretty subpar.
Mr. Immortal, you were saying.
Right. Yes, I know that this is not your typical divorce case, but I really need you to help me out.
So the
otherwise this
lines
settlement
behind
could leave
him,
me dry.
just not liking
Divorce
it.
is hard.
It's pretty clear.
It's not like
green
a
screen
trial
work.
marriage thing.
It's just not great.
Settlement
You
could
can
leave
just
me
see it so
dry.
blatantly right here. And of course behind
Divorce is
Nikki as
hard.
well. But hers doesn't look
It's
as
not like I
bad
tried
for
the
some
whole marriage
reason.
thing. I did several times.
It could be that he's wearing a very dark suit and Nikki's wearing a very light suit. So her light suit against sort of the lighter background doesn't seem to create as much of an issue. I don't know, but his suit, I mean, this hard line this is just driving me nuts. Yeah.
In fact, it could be said that no one has tried more than me. Probably literally.
Of course, this guy is a horrible character, so that's another thing that we can address. Of course, there's a man, so he's got to be a horrible guy. One of the good things about this episode will be a guy who so far is not a jackass. So we'll see that later on, hopefully.
And I'm a good
But look
guy.
at this.
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but
Hey,
you know,
gosh, this
inevitably things
this
go
green
stale.
screen work.
But that is a tough conversation. I don't want to be married to you anymore. I find that you are emotionally suffocating me and you wear weird pajamas.
So actually, I do like that line. I don't know why I like all these lines by these guys who are freaking horrific. It's actually kind of funny. You're emotionally suffocating me and you wear weird pajamas. I don't know. I just thought that was a funny line. So let's watch a scene where this guy talks about how he gets out of his marriages. And there's some more, I think, like bad CGI and continuity issues here.
Well, but in my case, I do die, but only in the legal sense.
So you die.
I die, but only for a little.
So he ends his marriages by,
But I do die.
you ever
basically
feel bad
ending himself
about
in
this?
some form, but he's not really dead, of course, because he's immortal.
I mean, if you have the opportunity, I think this is the most considerate way to end a marriage.
Considerate, that's not the word you're looking for.
No, you just
Wow.
don't know how to have any sort of confrontation whatsoever.
Oh, I thought that lawyers were supposed to not be judgmental.
No, they just have to represent you. I'm
Obviously,
stepping out.
ending
I'm
a
full on judging you.
relationship
That is
is
so messed up.
hard.
But
So is
any sort of
grieving the
personal
death of
growth,
a
right?
spouse. No, I'm not
He's
sure
like,
who I should
he's
worry
like
about. The
100%,
government,
because he does it every single time.
Was
The
there an
other day.
insurance
What are the
claim
other
after
day?
any of the
Like,
ends are
these
switching
lies.
identity?
So I'm not a fan of this scene either. It's kind of funny. I don't know. I just like the way he jumps out of the window is just weird. And I don't believe that this guy would be able to break one of those windows, but whatever. Obviously he lands on something. We cut to them looking down. So what I don't like here is the fact that, they just have him doing this, like his bones are all broken or something in the heel or something. You can hear him crackling, but he doesn't, nothing looks out of place. Like there's no actual CGI really here. This is an area probably could have stood to have a little bit of CGI, like something looks like it's popped out of place and pops back into place. Something looks broken and it's not. There's nothing like that. Nothing looks broken. There's not a scratch on him. And not a single bit of his clothing is torn or bloody or anything. Like nothing, like he's indestructible. Like he never died, actually. Like he never even got hurt. Like his clothes are indestructible too. Are they immortal? I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not great.
Well, at least now we know how he does it.
Okay, so again, kind of nitpicking here, obviously, on that scene. It could have been done a little bit better. Probably could have stood to have a little bit of CGI behind it, but they just didn't even bother. And honestly, that was probably for the best. Okay, so now we're gonna cut ahead to the wedding. Jen decides that well, most of her friends are honestly like horrible to her. The bride is horrible, treats her like the hired help. I guess I have to recognize the fact that the show writers finally wrote females in this that aren't like just completely 100% supportive and friendly towards each other, because that's what they presented so far. Like all women are supportive and friendly and they're just going to help out a fellow woman. And here her friends are pretty much horrible human beings. So kudos to the show writers for showing someone other than a man as being a not nice person. Yeah, so recognition of that. So now we're jumping into this scene where she's basically been decided she's just going to drink at the wedding and basically get intoxicated so she can get through this wedding, because it's pretty much horrible other than that. And she met this guy previously and they talked. He actually seems like a decent guy. So there's another thing that I have to actually recognize the show writers for writing one guy as being a decent person.
Oh no.
Are you
Oh no, it's happening.
Obviously she drank too much.
Yeah, let it out, babe. Let it all out.
Now we see the scene with Titania that we've seen in all of the trailers and teasers, and was wondering when we were going to see this. And I thought, honestly, it was going to be better than this, but, this is what we get. So we're going to get this fight scene with Titania and She-Hulk. I guess this is maybe this is the showdown that we've all been waiting for. And let's just walk through it. Now, you saw Titania, who is a super powered person, punch Jen Walters in the face. So I would assume that there would be some damage there. Maybe just Jen just heals really quickly. I'm not sure about the rules here, because honestly, like, again, the show writers don't follow canon in any way, and they don't really write anything consistently from, well, as I would say, 1 minute to the next, much less 1 episode to the next. Everything is literally a plot MacGuffin to get to the next plot MacGuffin. And you'll see that here. So just got punched in the face, you're not going to see a mark on her.
Knew it! Obviously. I literally said this isn't over. So now I am
Not a mark on her face, see?
going to publicly destroy you.
Oh, come on. I won that fair and square. Get over it. I don't get over anything.
So this kind of goes on. Let's jump ahead because we don't have to watch all of this. She just kind of pushes Jen around a bunch and tries to get her to turn into She-Hulk. Okay, so notice this amazing punch that She-Hulk just gave her. That's a pretty big punch to the face, so much that her face is doing the slow-mo thing, you know? Just punched her right here. Nothing wrong with her face. Nothing wrong with her teeth. That's important for, like, literally 60 seconds from now. Okay, so now, like, she literally just fell down and her teeth are all fucked up. So she can get She-Hulk punched and nothing happens to her face or teeth. But then in the next, like you saw, it was like 10 seconds later, she slips on ice and falls on her face and her teeth are all destroyed. Plot MacGuffin to plot MacGuffin. No consistency at all. Who fucking cares? They don't care. They don't want anything to make sense or be consistent. They're just here to tell, I don't know, I guess you could call this a story.
Oh, you think this is funny? Are you showing your 11 followers on Instagram?
And the whole, like, fake teeth, it literally feels like she's got some Halloween teeth in her mouth. And it literally looks like that as well. Yeah.
You go in, and I'm taking this. This wedding sucks.
And let's not forget this right here. So they just used a stock sound for that air horn, and yeah, okay. It's like literally a stock sound that anyone can grab, use that for the air horn. I mean, at least they tried? I don't know. And then there's this moment where she's with the guy again, and you know, again, credit to them for allowing one guy to be nice for a whole episode. Now, don't get me wrong, they'll probably ruin that guy in the next episode, or we'll never see him again. That's She-Hulk, episode 6, more of the worst television that you'll ever see in your life. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the wonderful CGI and, of course, the inconsistent storytelling. Yeah, I mean, within a scene that takes 3 minutes to play out, there's tons of inconsistency. And then, you know, let me know what you think about them saying, hey, don't worry about this episode, it's self-contained. And then it has a couple of key storylines in it that are related to the rest of the season. I don't know. You just can't trust anything in this show. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, if you want to continue to smash the narrative, then smash the like, subscribe, and share buttons, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.